And she party on the weekend. She be rolling through them streets. Yeah, different rapper every season. It ain't always been that way. No, it ain't always been their season. But they know gotta make a work to get you through them situations. Yeah, on and on, on and on. Gotta do some things just to blow your mind. On and on, on and on. Now you're walking in that favor, feeling so alive. Keep your head high to the greatest. Super fresh up in the latest. They never thought that you would make it, but look, mama, we made it. It's so crazy, it's so alive. Yeah, I can go on and on because down on the scene. Yeah, I really hope you ready. So much grace and favor falling on me. Hallelujah on me. It's what it do. Yeah. Shower down like rain. Yeah, I really hope you ready. So much grace and favor falling on me. Hallelujah on me. That's what it do. Yeah.
Good day, everyone. Well, I'm so glad for life. I thank God for life. Because life has not been good to everybody. Life has not been perfect for everybody. But guess what? We woke up this morning. So we thank God for life. I just want to give you some little tidbits from our conference. We're finally here at the conference. We finally made it. And I don't take that for granted. I Love Me on Purpose Conference 2023. It was simply titled Real Talk. Because there's so many of us don't get real talk. We don't give it and we don't receive it. But we did some real talk this weekend and just want to give you a little insight onto what went on, what happened, what was happening. This was far by the best conference we've had. So first I give kudos to Barbara Barrett and Veronica Powell. An awesome job. People don't understand. People are like, oh, I can do that. I can put that together. I can do this. Unless you've had that experience putting things together, pulling things together, making things work, and things blow up, and all of a sudden you've got to take glue and push it together and piece it together. It's not easy. So I want to give kudos out to them, my team who worked untiringly. I know they were tired. I know their bodies were wore out because there's no off time. You don't get off at 5 o'clock and it's done. No. Sometimes texting, Zooming, late at night, coming up with something to come against something that happened unexpectedly, them unexpected suddens in our life. So I want to give kudos to them. And then the others that have worked, if I start calling names, I miss somebody, I don't want to mess that up. But I do want to say thank you. I don't take what you do for me for granted. I'm a background person. I may be a pastor. That's the only reason I'm in the forefront. Let's get that right. But I've never been one that have to be in the forefront. I've never been one that had to do a workshop or a seminar. I'm just a background person. Put me in the background, I'll push everybody else. But I'm grateful for those that were here, those that came, those that sacrificed their time, those that sacrificed their money, because it takes money to run these things, those that sacrifice their creativity and their gift. I want to say thank you. I want to start first and foremost, not in no particular order, but my daughter, Dr. Jasmine Hardy, who God blessed her to be a forensic psychologist. She did an awesome job. And she's like me. She's very backgroundish, don't want to be in the limelight, don't have to talk. And when I ask her, she's like, Ma, oh my, not again. But she comes through every time I ask her. So I do want to thank my daughter, Dr. Jasmine Hardy, for bringing her professional wisdom and knowledge about what she can see as far as mental health is and what it's about. And she taught us the difference. I knew it already, but she still taught us the difference, because I don't ever think you're too old to learn. Taught us the difference between mental health and mental illness. Some people said they knew the difference, but I think a lot of people thought it worked together. Now, if you don't take care of your mental health, you can go into a mental illness, but they're not simultaneously like that. So I'm grateful for that. So thank you, my daughter. Oh, Miss Latasha Battle, who did our debt relief class, our workshop on how to overcome debt. Let me tell y'all something, how to deal with debt. She opened up my eyes to things I knew, but sometimes we know something, but we're not doing it. And well, we've heard it. My father was an excellent, this would have been a subject that he could just knock it out the park. So I learned a lot from him, but did I do it? I really didn't. Because if I did, I would be further along than where I am now. I would be much further along. But Latasha Battle taught our class today on how to deal with debt, financial wellness. And I want you to know, you that did not attend that class, and what we tried to do this year is you had an opportunity to to attend both classes. You had an opportunity to attend her class on debt, and then that afternoon you went to Dr. Tyra Owsley, which I'm getting ready to go to now. But thank you again, Latasha Battles. Oh, Dr. Tyra Owsley, her topic was, where is the upside of down? Sometimes we're down so we can't see it. It's kind of like what I used to say. We have to learn how to look on the other side of victory. Looking on the other side of victory. And God spoke to me one day. He said, why are you still looking on the other side of victory? Why don't you just move? Why don't you just move? I'm looking on the other side of victory. God said, you've seen enough of the other side to know what the other side looks like. So when he told me that, I'm like, you're right, Jesus. Let me move to the other side of victory. So I had to change my address. I had to change my address and stop looking on the other side, because I realized that when I'm looking on the other side of victory, that means I am really staying where I am. If I have to look on the other side, I have not moved to the other side. So this conference helped me move, and also helped those who attended to move to the other side. Now I don't have to look on the other side because I am on the other side, all right? And then Love McPherson, oh my God, she's an awesome woman. Oh, not just a woman of God, wife, pastor, mother, grandmother, but this woman has been endowed with wisdom on marital relationships, how to bring family to where they should be, how to focus on family while not losing focus on yourself. So Love McPherson, thank you so much. We're going to be doing some other things together in the months to come. And Salome Norby, thank you. Salem Norby. See, I call him Selma. Everybody got a nickname with me. But thank you. He's a probation therapist with a juvenile. And he brought that knowledge, because I think what is going on in the world today, a lot of us, especially as we've gotten older, we don't understand the youth. And they taught me Gen Z, I believe it's called. Is that right? Gen Z. I'm like, that sounds like a drink. Ginger and ginseng. Okay. But they taught me, and the difference, and we talked about, we had a panel discussion our first night, awesome panel discussion. And we talked about, where is the balance? Where is our balance with work, life, children, family, husband, wife, our bodies? Where is the balance? We talked about, how does the work life, how does that balance affect our mental health? We talked about church hurt. How you can move past church hurt. We have to stop. And let me say this, and this is for people that have dealt with church hurt. Stop using that as a crutch to move away from the church. We can't. We can't use that as a crutch. Because if I use that, I wouldn't be nowhere near church. I probably would avoid driving down the street where there's a church if I was using that. So I don't allow people to have access to my mind like that. Because if you have access to my mind, you have access to my movement. And I can't let you stunt me or hold me hostage. So we dealt with talking about church hurt and how we can move past church hurt. First of all, put on frontlets like the horses wear, where you can't look to the left or the right. I'm looking straight. So whatever you do to me, no weapon. That's why you got to learn how to encourage yourself. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm not going to let anything that anybody says or does hinder me from being where I'm supposed to be. And Reverend Stephen Thurston, Friday night, you all know he's just real talk. He's bland about what he say. He don't put no seasoning on it. It's some bland talk. It's like diabetes food. You ain't supposed to put nothing on there. You're supposed to just throw it in the pot. It's kind of like you take string beans, you boil the hot water, you throw them beans in the pot. Now, I don't cook them like that. I cook them with the seasoning. But you throw them in the pot, and they take them right back out. And they call blanching. They just blanch them, or if you want to get real formal with it, they steam them. It don't matter what it does. It ain't good. It don't taste good, but it's good for you. And so that's the way it is with Reverend Stephen Thurston. He talked about real talk in an argumented world. Real talk in an argumented world. So I appreciate him bringing his knowledge and that young side to it. And he don't pull no punches. You don't know what's going to come out of his mouth, but I bet you it'll help you. What comes out of his mouth, the delivery of it, you will say, wow. It may slap you beside your head, but when you come out of being unconscious and you remember what he said, it will help you go from where you are to the next season of your life. And Elder Kevin Vassar, well, he's been in my church since the day he was born. His mom and dad married at our church. And I've always admired him because he has always taken this his gift as a sincere part of his life. He doesn't do it for the money. Now, money is good, but he doesn't do it, oh, I'm getting paid for this. He does it because that is his life. He does it because that is what God has given him, and that is a gift that God has given him to share with the world. So again, thank you, Elder Kevin Vass, because he sings hard. I don't care if he's before 100 people or before 1,000. He gives the same thing to both audiences. I appreciate that because sometimes you have people, oh, it's only 100. I'll do a little bit here. Oh, it's 1,000. It's 10,000. Let me get it out. No, he's going to do it no matter what. He gives his all. So I do want to say thank you. My team, like I said, I don't want to start calling names, but my media guys, Walter Galladay. All right. And Fred Abernathy, thank you, because it takes time to set all of this up. This is nothing to just play with. And, it takes time. John, the media sound guy, thank you so much. So she didn't call my name, I'm sorry. I can't think of everybody. But I really just want to say thank you. The panel discussion, we started that on Thursday night. It was awesome. It was awesome. And even me being the host of the panel, you learn so much. You learn how to maneuver things and how to turn things toward you and not allow things to drown you in life. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. To the attendees, we wouldn't have a conference without you. If you hadn't taken time to join us. I know there were some that wanted to and they couldn't, whether it was work or they had other obligations. One of the families in our church had a wedding. I understand that. So I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about those that were able to come. The time allowed them, the money allowed them, and the sacrifice was there for them to do. I want to say thank you. I don't take it for granted. This conference has been awesome. I've been talking, there's a text of preaching I've been doing for the month of July. And it simply says, it's a season, not a sentence. It's a season. And if we understand, we got to go through these seasons and it's not going to be easy. Sometimes you're crying in these seasons. Sometimes you want to go be by yourself in these seasons. Sometimes you want to run away in these seasons. Sometimes you want to pimp slap somebody in these seasons. If we're being honest about it, I've never cursed, but sometimes you might have a few choice words that, you know how the saints do. Oh, it's going through my mind as long as I've never said it. I've never had that happen to me. But sometimes in your season, you have to really kind of get yourself together because you can die in the midst of a season and die prematurely. But if you understand it's a season, but it's not a sentence. Because when you think of sentence, you think of someone that's in the court system and they've done something wrong and now the judge is about to sentence them to whether it's life, whether it's death, whether it's 6 months probation, whether it's 2 months probation, restitution. But this is not a sentence, it's a season and it will get better. We think of winter, spring, summer, and fall. But in the midst of those seasons, every season has its own characteristic. Sometimes a season will merge, and I talked about that before. Sometimes summer comes into the winter. And what do you mean by that? We've always called it an Indian summer. Ooh, this is an Indian summer. Sometimes it snowed in springtime. Sometimes we've had fall in the midst of summer because what did it do? It rained so hard during our summer months that we felt like we was in spring or we was in the fall. So no matter what the season is, look to that season, deal with it. And there's sometimes we have to understand when we have a new reality in our life, we have to ask God to help us to accept the new reality in our life. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like, what is it? So that I can be right, so I can do what I need to do, so I won't be left behind. Understand that In Isaiah 41, he said, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. God is with us 24/7. And sometimes it doesn't always feel good with family, with friends, so-called friends. You can't deny family because it's family. You got the same DNA. Or even if you don't have the same DNA, you have the connection. The connection via whether it was adoption, whether it was just somebody took somebody in and was there to help somebody and they became family. I have an older brother who's deceased now, but he was not my older brother biologically. My older brother was Elgin. That was my oldest brother by my father and mother. But I had another older brother that came into our life, and he came into our life as an adult. So I always call him my adopted brother, but he was really too old to be adopted. But that's how we looked at him. He came into our life, and he had such a bond with my dad. It was unbelievable. You couldn't have no closer bond with him being a biological son of my dad versus being the adopted son of my dad. But the relationship they had, the connection they had, the how they just was there for each other, and he was able to, my father had the opportunity to teach him some things, and he was like a little kid. He just soaked it in. He was a sponge, and he was fully grown, married, children, all that good stuff. But I think about how God will allow people to come in your life, but we got to be willing to learn from them. We've got to be open to what they have to bring to the table. There are so many people out there with so much knowledge. But understand, there's somebody that has more knowledge than you. Don't ever think you know it all. I believe Dr. Owsley said it in the workshop that she did on yesterday. She said, look, there's somebody, well, not yesterday, Friday. She did it on Friday. She said, there's somebody cuter than me, smarter than me, got a bigger house than I have, got a better job than I have, make more money, but it don't make them better than you. You have to know who you are and believe in yourself and believe in the quality of life that you can bring to your own personal life, and quit looking for other people to validate you. This season, I want us to focus on us. That's what this conference was about. It's all about us, men and women. What can I do to make me better? We're so busy making life better for our children, our spouses, our loved ones, those connected to us. But what can we do to make us better? What can I do to make me better in every situation of my life? A better wife, a better mother. I got to take care of me first. So I'm so excited. This conference gave me more than I anticipated, to be honest. And I knew it would be a good conference, but it was still something I just wasn't sure. You sit there and you just hope. What you hope is you hope the people get out of it what you want them to get out of it. Because it's bad to have a conference. It's bad to spend money. And then when you leave exactly the same way you came. But they have provided a wealth of knowledge at this conference, and I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you. So again, all of my guest speakers, all of our guest artists, Kevin Vassar, my team who worked entirely, I want to say thank you. And this has been Real Talk 2023, and I'm excited about the Real Talk. We do have an upcoming date for next year, for 2024. Speakers have been invited. We're just waiting to confirm, but we have an upcoming. It's going to be at the Doubletree in Alsop, Illinois. So we're going to give you those dates, and so you can save those dates. Put those dates up. Now, for that conference, we have a special going on. You ain't going to get it this cheap no more. But anyway, it's $99, but you have to pay that by December 31st, between now and December 31st. Well, I need to know who the speakers are. You need to get here. Don't worry about who it is. It's going to be somebody that's going to be refreshing and you're going to enjoy. So again, you have between now and December 31st, 2023 to pay that $99. You cannot beat that. So we're going to put that flyer up so you'll have that information as to, you can go to ilovemeonpurpose.com and you can get your ticket through our website for next year. Again, $99 between now and December 31st. But what I suggest you do it as soon as possible. Because again, we have a set amount of people that we're going to open the doors to. And you don't want to do it. You don't want to wait till December 31st and then it's cut off because we're full and we've reached capacity. I suggest you do it as soon as you can and not procrastinate in this. Another announcement I want to have is that I'm going to start doing master classes every other month, beginning with the month of October. So some of those things that you missed here, we're going to have master classes at our church. October, December, February, and we're going to have them every other month. We're going to have Latasha Battle. She's already said she will be glad to come and do a class on financial wellness, how to deal with debt. Because I know a lot of us, we need some professional help in this aspect. Of Dr. Tara Owsley, she's going to be coming also do a master class on what's the upside of down. Because it's almost like reading the Bible. I don't care how much you read it, you always learn something new. I don't care how many preachers preach it, you get something different from every preacher. So that's the same way with this. Now I'm going to be doing a master class. And I was going to do this at the conference, but I wanted time for the others to really do it. And it's called Reality. Reality. Y'all know what reality is. Reality TV is really not reality. It's scripted. They don't want you coming there acting nice. They want you to fight. They want you to cuss each other. They want you up in each other's face, when that's really not reality. So a lot of us are living in reality. We lie to ourselves, about our life. We lie about what we think we may know. But how can we move that from being a part of our life into real talk? All right. So I'm going to do a master class on that. We have others that will be doing master classes throughout the year leading up to next year's conference. So I look forward to you being a part of us. If you missed it this year, you missed it this year. I'm not saying that just to be saying it. You missed it. We have some testimonials coming up. People that have never been to my conference before, they were like, Pastor, this is awesome. And I want to say thank you, because you made it awesome. You being here, and every facilitator, workshop leader, general session leader, everybody, my team, you all made this possible. No man is an island. No man stands alone. So you may see my face on the cover. You may see my face on the banner. You may see my face all around the hotel as you're looking. I love me on purpose. You may even see my name in lights. I'm nothing without people working with me. And I want to say thank you. I don't take that for granted. I didn't do anything. I pushed my ideas off, and they took it like a football, and they ran and hit a home run. I want to say thank you. So again, I invite you to share this video right now on Facebook Live. Share it on your page so others can see what you're seeing and others can hear what you are hearing. And so now the conference is over. I'm excited, but now we move on to the next season in our life, because this season has ended. And my thing is this: whatever you have taken from this conference, put action to it. Faith without works is dead. So you may say, I've learned this, I've learned that. I don't want to hear next week that you didn't do anything with it. What have you done with the knowledge that has been imparted into you? You know, my dad used to say that with wasted breath, you could live an extra year, which means we're just talking, but no one's getting it. And you've actually cut your life down. But when you have breath in your body and you take it and you live with it and you savor every moment, life is extended and not cut short. And it's time for us to enjoy life. And don't say you can't change. You now have choices. You now have options. You can change if you want to. Now, if you don't want to, that's another story. That's you. That's no problem with me. But if you want to change, don't say I can't. Don't say it's too late. No, it's never too late. You can always change. So again, I want you to remember, my motto with I Love Me on Purpose is, you are worth every breath you breathe. Let me say that again, and I want you to repeat that as I'm saying it. You are worth every breath you breathe. Now let's make it personal. I am worth every breath that I breathe. I do say thank you. Now remember, when you're running things like this, and even a church, there's a seed that we need you to sow. You know, I'm not one to put that out there like that, but life tells me life comes with expenses. And so we're asking you to sow a seed. This time I want you to sow a seed into the church. It falls on good soil. This is being aired on Sunday. So I want you to understand this is considered as our online church service, because I think we could bring some of this into the church house and grow. And I said, let's grow, let's glow, and let's go. which means what I learn, I'm not going to sit on it. I'm going to go. I'm going to spread it. So this is your opportunity to sow that seed. Go to Givelify, go to Cash App, and it's for the church, God's house of all nations. Sow it right now. Don't get off of here without sowing, because if you hang it up, then you might forget. So sow it right now. I appreciate you. I thank you. And after you sow your seed, then you can purchase your $99 registration fee for I Love Me on Purpose 2024. And the title of 2024 is Reclaiming My Time. Reclaiming, we have lost time somewhere. We've lost ourselves, but it's called Reclaiming My Time. So I hope to see you there. But in the meantime, sow that seed to God's house of all nations. I appreciate you. I love you. And as one of my members used to say, she's moved now to, I believe she's in Alabama, Sister Celia Binion. She used to always say, I love you with the love of Jesus. And you know why she says it like that? Because God knows the way some people have done, the way you feel, the way life has beat you down. If it wasn't because of Jesus, I may not have love for you. But because I am whose I am, I love you with the love of Jesus. I thank you. I appreciate each of you. And I don't take your kindness for granted. God bless you. And remember, you are worth every breath you breathe.
This was such a powerful, transformative experience that I believe everyone should come out to the next one. Don't let it pass you by. You really need this.
I think all men should just come, because I think as we were younger, it was like, just don't cry. Whatever you do, you be a man, stay strong, you don't need help. But I think we all need help. And it was great. It was just great information. And I really enjoyed myself.
My name is Shalita, and this was my first time coming, and this would not be my last. I really enjoyed myself. I came with the expectation, and I really got something out of it. I am so glad I came today, and I will be back again next year.